Hi, everyone. Happy New Year. Let me ask you, have you set New Year's resolutions and then not followed through? Right? Me too. And then I decided to look into why New Year's resolutions weren't why I couldn't. Oh boy. Me too. And then I decided to look into why resolutions fail. Hi, I'm Lisa, a certified life coach, specializing in mindset shifting, Reiki master teacher. I'm an energy healer and intuitive guide. And my journey towards personal growth began from mental stress in 2009. And that's when I learned to examine my inner narrative, identify the beliefs that were running on repeat, and understand how my emotions influence my thoughts, which then were creating like this endless feedback loop of more of the same, and I decided to change, and that's when everything started to shift for me. Welcome to my show. We're here for the human experience, where we learn how to navigate our mind, body, and spirit connections. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, and if this resonates with you, please share with others who may benefit from today's show, and also that'll help my Facebook algorithms reach more people. It's important to understand that most resolutions cannot be achieved by simply doing something once or twice. A top reason why they fail is because they aren't part of our daily routine. And why do we make promises to ourselves that we inevitably don't keep, right? We say these things. This year will be different. I'm so determined. I'm ready to make these changes. And then within a few weeks to a month or two, we've gone back into our regular routine. And then we start to feel like we've failed. We feel shame. We feel guilt. We're not really motivated. We feel like we're not good enough. We lack willpower. We have negative self-talk, and we're berating ourselves for not accomplishing our goals. And if this sounds familiar and feels familiar, please type ready to change in the comments. And ultimately what happens is we don't have a plan. You have to create a plan, know what your goal is, and write it down. That's how we make our goals work and commit to them. So we haven't created a strategy to shift how we think and feel to allow this resolution or commitment, I like to say, to become impactful in our lives. We haven't created a new thought process, and we haven't asked ourselves, how is this going to make me feel, right? We also get into that familiar rut, or the stagnant zone, as I like to call it. And we're really, for the most part, we are not committed to ourselves because we've become so accustomed to allowing life to slide, right? And we're really not good at making our well-being a priority. So those are so if we don't have a plan, then we're not going to actually achieve what we want. No plan, no commitment, right? No plan, no follow through. And there again, it's just potentially, it's this, I wish I could, I hope I can. I mean, words have vibes, right? And those vibes, the wishing, the hoping, they put everything outside, like future, and not immediate in the now, right? So we need to have a plan, because if we don't have a plan, there again, we're not going to be able to achieve our goals, right? And we are the priority. Be a priority in your life. And like I said in my previous video, if that means then setting a timer or setting, time aside for yourself, then please do that, because it makes a world of difference. We also need to get clear on our why. Why do I want to achieve these goals? Why? What about this is going to make me feel better, feel good, feel happy, feel joyful, feel, healthy? Whatever it is our, our resolution that we want to do for the year. We need to know what our why is. So what is our goal, right? How long do we want to take to achieve this goal? How long will it be for, to make it, how will it feel, sorry, how will it feel when you make this progress, right? These are important things. And lots of times we're really vague. We're really vague, right? We're not specific, right? Because we're not writing it down, we're letting life slide, we're not the priority. So we need to be more specific. If you can't write it down, or if you're not writing it down, then chances are, um, we're not going to achieve our resolution or our goals or our commitment to ourselves. So we need to be specific, write it down, and we also want to, think about and feel what happens as you implement this new commitment into your life. It's about visualization, right? So you write it down what your goal is. Say I want to eat healthier in the week. Sorry, not the week. Well, I want to eat healthier in the week. But let's say I want to eat healthier for the year. So then what do I need to do to achieve that? I need to look at how I'm eating now. I need to be honest with myself with what I'm eating and how I'm feeling. And then I want to take that and I want to create a new plan and a new strategy so that I can actually implement this into my life for the year or for 6 months, whatever your timeline is. But be specific. Do you know that athletes, when they use visualization all the time? They visualize the course they're running, the track they're doing, the whatever it is of their that they're competing in. They visualize it, right? They have a plan, they commit to the plan, and then they visualize it. It's super important because you need to feel that. The visualization helps you to feel what you want to achieve. What will it look like when I achieve this? What happens when I actually implement this one thing today in my life, right? It's about understanding how to implement these and understanding you, right? If you're not asking yourself questions, then chances are you're also going to not succeed, right, in creating these goals, right? You also want to know, what are the benefits, right? Ask yourself all these questions. What are the benefits to me as I create this new habit? And is it something I want to do, or is this something I want to do for me? I want to be excited about it. If I'm not excited about it, then I'm definitely not going to commit to it, right? And when we commit to ourselves, that's for us. We are a priority. I can't stress that enough. We are a priority. And that if we're not making ourselves a priority, then who will, right? It's about us. And if we want to implement positive changes or new changes and new habits, then we actually need to ask ourselves the questions, write down, get the strategy going, to know how we want to achieve our goal, because we want to do this for ourselves, right? And when we do positive things for ourselves, it always ripples out into everybody around us. And for the most part, when we're making positive changes or better choices for ourselves, it does affect and help other people, because look at what we've achieved, right? We're taking a priority for ourselves. So the next thing we want to do is action. And really, life isn't about significant changes like that. Boof, massive, wow. I mean, it happens, right? But it's about our daily routines. It's about our daily routines. So how can you add this into your daily routine without feeling like you're already piling on one more thing? Well, if you feel like you're already piling on one more thing, think about it this way. If it's one more thing, if it's like, if you feel like you have such a big pile, then what can you eliminate? Or shift? What can you feel excited about, right? That's something that you want to look at as well, and ask yourself questions about that. That is super important. And if you are feeling like you're piling on one more thing, like I say, you want to really assess that and ask yourself the questions. And it should be fun. It should be fun, like you're committing to yourself to do this. It's not fun every day. It just isn't. And sometimes, depending on what it is, sometimes it's a struggle. And that's okay too. Recognize that and be okay with struggle. It happens. It's part of, we're here for the human experience, so it is part of life here. you also want to set real-time expectations. Not that you're going to achieve this in a month. You're not going to achieve, like, set the real expectations for yourself. Be honest with yourself. Our mind will get in the way and create these excuses at times. Just be honest with yourself. Set the real expectations. The other one, too, to help you in your action items, when you get your, when you figure out what your goal is, you're doing the visualization, you're implementing, and you've created new action plan steps, tell others, right? Help them cheer you on, hold you accountable, right? And let them know what your steps are, that you're not doing it every day, or you're doing it 3 times a week, or whatever you've decided to do, so that there is that real expectation, right? So it's just, when we're not writing things down, when we're not planning, I mean, how does the saying go? We fail to plan and plan, or plan, I don't remember how it goes. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's that we need to have a plan. And there again, if we're not writing it down and getting clear on what we want, then it just rattles around, and we're not making that commitment to ourselves. So there again, make yourself a priority, because you are a priority. You are important, right? So you want to create an action plan. You want to set real time. You want to do it for you. You want to be specific. You want to know what your why is. Why do you want to accomplish this? Why? Right? List it all down. The English language has a ton of words that describe one emotion or one feeling or one thought, right? Use your words, right, to get more specific. And it's not about judging. It's not about judging. If you're judging it to be critical or to be, kick yourself in the butt, don't do that. If you're judging it so that you can be the observer and look at things objectively, that's how you want to do it. Because then that actually is more positive for you, and that creates a better energy, and you're not feeling guilty or shame or all those kinds of more heavier energies, right? So you want to get clear on your why. You want to make the plan. You want to ask yourself what the questions are. And don't worry, you may slip back into the familiar rut or the stagnant zone. That's okay. Just regroup, go back to your list, your plan, and start again. Or pick up where you left off, right? Just pick up where you left off. Not so much start again. Just pick up where you left off. It's okay, right? You are implementing new changes in your life, so it is going to take a bit of conscious awareness. It is going to take a commitment. And yeah, we do go back and forth. There again, it's part of being human here, as we live, on this planet of duality and living for this human experience. Don't be so hard on yourself. Just stick to your plan. And of course, be flexible. There's all kinds of things that come along. Don't worry. Build the flexibility into it. It's okay. It's okay. But most part, and it's New Year's resolutions. And there has, when we set New Year's resolutions as well, there is a heavy energy around them, and people are like, are you doing it? I'm like, no, I don't. I don't, because I make commitments to myself on a regular basis. And that's the biggest commitment. That's the best resolution. I'm going to make commitments to myself on a regular basis. More committed, more conscious. So we don't want to overwhelm ourselves with unachievable things, and especially if we hate them. We want to be mindful. If we hate something, then we want to probably look into that. Sit with yourself and ask your questions about why you hate that. This is a big one. We all know the theory, and we just don't put it into practice, right? We don't put it into practice. Yeah, I know. We all know the theories. This is easy. It's putting it into practice and taking that step. And please don't think of it as adding on one more thing. Think of it as removing something, an old habit, an old belief that isn't serving you anymore, and you're replacing it with a new belief, a new habit, a new goal that you want in your life, right? So it's not about adding another thing, but you have to implement these things into your daily life. That's how you make commitments. That's how you achieve success. That's how you achieve your goals. It has to be brought in to your daily life, a new way of thinking, a new way of feeling. Stick to the plan, okay? Significant life changes require introspection, conquering your limiting beliefs, knowing what your limiting beliefs are, and forming new habits. Your old habits replaced with new habits. Be aware of what the old habit is, and we know what our habits are, right? And we know what ones we want to change. So start to just look at that and break it down, right? And the most effective New Year's resolutions involve setting goals and developing that well thought out plan. And it doesn't have to be at New Year's, right? Commit to yourself. It does not have to be at New Year's at all. Of course not, right? We know this. And instead of making a resolution, commit to yourself and be a priority in your life. It's the small steps that lead to the big accomplishments. It's the small steps, the daily routine in our lives where we implement these new changes. We implement the new changes, and it's being aware of what we want to implement in our lives, right? Ask yourself the questions. Don't be judgy, right? Although I know it sometimes can be difficult, for sure it is. Just take a nice deep breath and be the observer, right? You want to make these changes for you, right? You're implementing them for you. You do not have to allow your thoughts and emotions to take control. Everything is a choice, right? We all have these choices in our lives. But if we don't have a plan, it's hard to implement new things in our lives because we don't actually we haven't got it out of our head. It's rattling around in there, like I say, like a baby in a boxcar. Put it down on a piece of paper, right? It definitely helps. Helps so much. So, thanks for watching. Join me next week as we continue to navigate the matrix of our mind, body, and spirit. And remember, we are here for the human experience. You are stronger than you realize. You are a priority. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.